Hello folks, Jonathan Milam here with four instruments. I've got two trumpets and I've got two cornets, and they're all nice instruments. Okay, gonna start right away. This is a Bach Stradivarius from 81, I believe it is. Beautiful honey lacquer, honey amber colored, and very nice player. Going to be using a new mouthpiece today. I have got a GR63Z double asterisk. And don't know what all that means, but it is a pretty shallow mouthpiece. If I was a screamer, I would be a happy man. Might even sound like a screamer even though I'm not. Okay, it's close to the holiday season. Gonna play Old Lang Syne. Start off with a Bach Strad, then I've got a Besson International. And in the way of cornets, I've got a King SilverSonic and a lovely Martin Indiana. I've got a couple of fathead gold mics that I'm using, and Cascade put them out. Nice mics, a little different than the AKG that I usually use, and they're not phantom powered. Seem to be a little more dynamics with them. Hard for me not to get them showing in the red, but anyway, hope you enjoy it. And now we've got a Besson International. These were marketed by Boozy and Hawks. Canstel made them. Marvin Stamm did the oversight for a lot of these horns, and I've had 4 or 5 of the horns. We just call them Stamm horns, a lot of us, but fantastic horns. This International was intended to be a intermediate horn. They overshot just a little bit. A lot of people feel like they play like a pro horn, and the sound of this one is very clear, nice horn. The Besson International, marketed for Boozy and Hawks, made by Canstel. Boy, isn't that a nice sounding horn? And Canstel is gone. What a bummer. What a bummer. Okay, going to use a totally different mouthpiece. Going to use a Courage VC, their vintage cornet sound. Great little King SilverSonic from 1960. Hey, great things were made in 1960. It's about time I popped out of the egg as well. Nice little horn, sterling silver bell. Rest of the horn is brass body. Very, very fine, finely made cornets. The vintage cornet that Curry puts out gives a very breathy tone. I really like it, especially. That's one of the reasons I use the shallower mouthpiece on the trumpets. For the trumpet, I like a real trumpety sound. For a cornet, I like a very dark sound, a little creamier, a little breathier with the VC cornet. Marvelous trumpet here. Martin, Indiana. This one is from 37 or 38, I believe. Nice valves. Nice valves. The tuning slide, not a whole lot of movement going to happen here. Might have a tech look at it. But I think back when they made them, you set your tuning slide where you wanted it for the third valve and third slide. And that was pretty much it. I remember I was playing around with the tuning slide one time on a song, and Dad said, lip it. He was from the old school. In fact, he was a little older than his trumpet. Son, lip it. I don't think I'll ever forget that. These horns are not expensive. Martin, Indiana. Tremendous. I would qualify it as a solo instrument. I read it about a guy on Trumpet Herald, great forum online, and he said, I took mine to brass band, and he said, I couldn't even hear it. He said, I started playing wrong notes just to be sure that some sound was actually coming out of it. But for a solo instrument, just phenomenal. And why is that? Of course, the Martin committees, Martin handcrafts are very popular. And I'll tell you what it is, folks. I really believe they got a batch of very good brass. Very good brass. Ran across a brass tech in Houston, Texas, did the work for the University of Houston. And he shook his head and he said, they're not making brass like they used to. He said, I've worked with brass for 50 years. He said, in the old horns, he said, repair on it is totally different than what it is with the new horns. To me, it just looks like metal. But to a guy that works with it all day long, shaping it, trying to de-dent it, he says the sound is in the brass. All right, a Martin, Indiana, 37 or so. Sorry, forgot the F to start out with. Well, I played a little longer than I intended, talked a little more. Hope you'll forgive me. Have a great holiday season, and if you're watching this in the middle of the year, just make it a great year. Take care of yourself and someone near you.